My sister announced she'd been sleeping with my husband while I just sat there 7 months pregnant with his child at my baby shower. I thought he was lying when he said he didn't remember it until he had a seizure 12 hours later. The baby shower was supposed to be perfect. We had those little cucumber sandwiches my mom loves and pink balloons everywhere since we were having a girl. My sister Harper showed up late like always, but I didn't care because she was there, and that's what mattered. Then right as I was opening the gift from my husband's mother, Harper stood up and said she had something to tell everyone. "I've been sleeping with Nathan," she said. The room went completely silent except for the sound of my aunt dropping her champagne glass. Nathan's face went white and then red, and then he started shaking. "What are you talking about?" His voice cracked like a teenager's, and then he started crying. Not the guilty tears of someone caught, but the confused terror of someone drowning. "I don't remember any of it. I don't remember." Harper pulled out her phone and started showing everyone photos. Nathan passed out on our bed with her next to him. Text messages from his phone saying things my husband would never say. Everyone was looking at me with pity while my mother grabbed my arm and told me we needed to leave because this was her house, and she wouldn't have this drama here. My stepfather Carl just stood in the corner watching everything unfold without saying a word. That night I sat in a hotel room while Nathan stayed at his brother's place, and I tried to understand how my life had exploded in 3 minutes. Then my phone rang. Nathan was having seizures in his brother's bathroom, and the ambulance was taking him to the hospital. The emergency room was too bright and smelled like bleach mixed with fear. The doctor pulled me aside and asked if my husband had a history of substance abuse. His blood work showed enough benzos to knock out someone twice his size. "We need to put him on a psychiatric hold," the doctor said. "This looks like an attempt." I kept insisting he didn't do this to himself, but nobody listened. Harper showed up an hour later with fresh makeup and concern painted on her face. She kept suggesting I sign divorce papers while he was unconscious to make it easier, but her eyes kept darting to Nathan's room. Nathan's phone kept buzzing with text messages. More photos were coming through from unknown numbers showing things that made my stomach turn. Harper grabbed for his phone saying she'd turn it off, but I saw her slip it into her purse instead. "I have to leave tomorrow for that vacation I planned," she kept saying. "But I could stay and help with the baby if you just moved out tonight. Mom would let you stay if you agreed to divorce him." Something about her desperation made my skin crawl. I followed her to the parking lot and confronted her about taking Nathan's phone. That's when she broke, but not in the way I expected. Harper started sobbing so hard she couldn't breathe. Her hands went to her stomach and I knew before she said it. "I'm 3 months pregnant." The words hung there while my brain tried to process what she was really telling me. "It's Carl's, our stepfather, the man who'd been married to our mother for 8 years, the one standing silent in the corner while my life imploded at the baby shower. He said if I didn't create a bigger scandal, he'd tell Mom I seduced him and came onto him and that I'm mentally unstable." Harper gasped between sobs. "That he tried to get me help, but I kept pursuing him. She'd believe him over me. You know she would. He planned everything. The photos were his idea. He hired someone to doctor them, the texts, everything. He convinced Mom to kick you out immediately." My legs stopped working and I sat down hard on the curb. Harper kept talking and the words felt like wasps stinging my brain. Carl had been drugging Nathan's protein shakes whenever I worked late. Harper would sneak in with the spare key and take photos. Carl was sending the new pictures from burner phones to keep the story believable. They needed something so massive that Harper's pregnancy would seem like nothing compared to the destruction of my marriage. "Mom will literally die if she finds out," Harper begged. "I'll disappear tomorrow and never come back." I walked back into the hospital and found my mother sitting next to Nathan's bed, telling him it wasn't his fault, but he needed to do the right thing for the baby. Carl stood behind her with his hand on her shoulder, and when he saw me, his face didn't change at all. "We'll help with child support after the divorce," my mother said without looking at me. I watched them poisoning my husband against himself while the man who orchestrated everything stood there playing the supportive stepfather. I quietly signed myself out of the family group chat and blocked every single number. Then I sat next to Nathan and took his hand. "I know you didn't do anything," I whispered. "When you wake up, we're leaving this town." His fingers squeezed mine twice, and I knew he heard me. My daughter would never know these people.